This video is going to show you guys how to use the discussions feature in Canvas as a asynchronous learning tool. So this is pretty powerful. In my master's program, we use this all the time. It's a great way to get kids to still interact, even though it's not live and instant feedback, but they're still communicating with each other, expressing their thoughts and their concerns, and so it just provides another layer, a second layer of interaction for students to students, even though it's not live and synchronous, it is still there for them to do. So under your navigation panel, you're going to click discussions. And you could do this through modules as well. You could add module there. So I'm going to add a discussion. Okay, you're going to give it a title. So what do you think about distance learning? All right, and then you're going to type in your directions and your prompt. So right here, so explain your thoughts on distance learning for the new school year. Right, 3 to 5 sentences. Okay. About the topic. Respond to at least respond to at least 2 students, 2 classmates. And then you can put the due dates in there. Directions. This should all be establishing your norms, but okay, appropriate language only. Right. So they're not making fun of each other in there. They're not cussing in there. Everyone views it. And so you put your prompt in there. Now here you have some options. So if you want this to be a graded assignment, you can hit graded. If you want, I like this one, especially if it's a math question. Okay, users must post before seeing replies. I like seeing that. So if I'm asking a person to explain how they would solve a problem, and I give them the problem, and I don't want them to look at other responses before answering, I would check this box, and now they have to respond before they could view other people's responses. So by checking that box, okay, you prevent students from looking at other responses before responding. Again, you can make this a group discussion if you want. So if you already have your group set up, then they could only talk to the groups of 4, groups of 5, or a whole class discussion. Leave that blank. I put graded, so points possible. It is a discussion, and then you just assign a due date. So normally, because give this at least, I say a minimum of a week from when it's assigned to when they can finish posting, so they have time to log in and read lots of responses. It gets the more responses, the more interactive it gets going. So give them time to read each other's responses and respond to each other. Save and publish. And now there's a discussion there. So on the student end, right, if they go to discussions, and if I assign it to a module, it will show up in the module thing. So what do you think about distance learning? And so then they just respond right here, and even tells them replies are only visible to those who have posted. So they'll just type in and they'll respond. You could make this video responses too, using their studio feature. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But so they could type in, you could insert images, YouTube videos, whatever you need inside of your of your discussion post. So he responds, okay, I miss my friends, the freedom to work at different times is positive. All right, whatever, that's not 3 to 5 sentences, but I don't want to waste your time. They could post their reply. And now as a teacher, you can see all their responses. So it shows up like there's one unread reply. So when you click on it, as a teacher, you could see it, right? And then you could respond to that student right there. Everyone receives the responses. Again, if I'm responding to the original post up here, I'm responding to a person right beneath their post is where you want to respond. So again, this is a way for kids to interact asynchronously so they can communicate at their own pace. So that is how we can use discussions.